All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome, patrons, back to Dark Souls 2. Hey, everybody, you know who we are.
Yes.
I think this is, what, part 5?
I think so, yeah.
Uh-huh. And we're going to try to hit Harvest Valley and what's the other one we're going to try to hit today? John, remind me.
I don't know what your plan was.
We're going to try to hit Harvest Valley and Earthen Peak today. So we're going to do a couple upgrades, and then I'm going to go ahead and spend the souls that we got from last time. Boop, 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 boop. And we'll get to it. So let's see. I'm going to put one.
Yeah, because we had a bunch of souls last time, didn't we?
20. Yeah, well, we end up a lot of times with around, we had about 30K coming into this. Real easy to spend. So, folks, I've been noticing that as we get started here, I've noticed that the number of people actually watching this video has gone down a little bit. So I'm going to put this in the Patreon email. But what I'd really like this time is all the people that are our patrons, right? I like for all of y'all, even the ones that don't comment or don't really have an opinion one way or the other, to go in and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on whether you guys want to keep seeing Dark Souls 2. Because I like playing Dark Souls 2.
He does. He really does.
If it's not clear already, I actually have kind of warmed up more to this game as we played it on this because it's involved me going back and playing through it a lot more. But I can't tell, I want to give you guys are donating to us, and I want to make sure that you feel like you're getting your money's worth. So let me know with just a simple click of a thumbs up, thumbs down, whether you want to continue seeing this or whether you'd much rather see us play something else. And that being said, there's some of you guys who have already very much vocally commented that you don't want to see it. But, we're talking about 20 people who have commented, and we've got, a couple, 150 hits. So it's hard for me to tell whether the majority of people really have an interest or really, really aren't into this. So just let me know. And then if you don't want it, you're not hurting my feelings. We'll go play whatever you want to. You guys are the ones donating. I want to do stuff that's going to make y'all happy.
Yeah, we want to do the stuff that you guys are like, man, I want to. That makes donating totally worth it, getting to see that video.
Yeah.
That's what we want you to say.
So today we're going to try to get through, like I said, 2 whole areas, and we're starting with Harvest Valley here, which is where the Iron King is getting the iron that he needs to make his big iron keep. So this area is mostly populated. It's kind of a mine area, as you can see.
Yeah.
And then you've got this. That actually back there is Earthen Peak. So we're in Harvest Valley. We're going to Earthen Peak. Now, I want you guys to pay special attention, right, to what that looks like.
Yes.
Right? You see it's a tower. It's got a top.
Yeah,
and it goes
it's got
up
some
into
stuff sticking out of it. And
sky,
looks like
right?
it's got a hole in it.
Okay, just file that away in your brain for a little later.
All right.
So I'm going to totally get poisoned here real fast, so I pick up all this stuff.
It's the green mist, right?
Yeah, the green mist totally poisons you. But
and there you go. You're poisoned.
It's okay because this is actually a very simple area. There's a lot of little nooks and crannies in this area that have bonus things in them. But we're going to go ahead and stick to kind of mainlining from here to the boss because that's really what I'm interested in right this second.
Skeleton.
And I came in here mostly for this one thing, this Fragrant Branch of Yore, which it'll become clear later on exactly why we need that. So, yes, this is the area. You remember last time we were in Huntsman's Copse, right?
Yes.
Huntsman's Copse was that hunting area that the Iron King set up to basically have undead hunts. This is the next area that connects to that. Like I said, this is where they do all of the mining for the iron that went to make the giant iron keep that we're going to later on. And what that means is that this area is mostly populated with a couple of different types of enemies. One is, as we saw the guy that I hit at the very beginning, are these giant overseers that are ridden by, you can see them over there, these giant kind of monsters that are ridden by an undead that have very specifically dark attacks, which kind of means that they've been corrupted pretty heavily by the chaos that's run across the land, and then they're being ridden by these little jerk-off assholes. See those jerk-off assholes?
Yep.
So, and then we've got these guys who are basically the slaves. They don't even have weapons. They just kind of come at you. They're kind of interesting though in that they've got like these. It's hard to see, but they've got like
Looks like tattoos.
yeah, like Doctor Who like writing marks all over them.
Oh, yeah?
which is kind of interesting. What was the episode of Doctor Who? Was it the Satan pit or whatever?
Silent or what? Wait, what are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about old. It was one where they were in space. This like place that was near a black hole. And Satan
and
came
yeah,
there.
the guy claimed to be Satan. And
Right, and so that one guy kept waking up with like writing all over him.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was called, but I know which one you're talking about now.
The Satan pit. Something
It
was
might have
called?
been like the Satan pit.
Oh, what? Okay. See ya. Bye. I guess later. So this area is really straightforward, and like I said, there was a bunch of different like little nooks and crannies to go into, but we're gonna skip a bunch of those just for time. Like in this particular area, if you go to the left, there's a bunch of little nooks and crannies. There's stuff over there. I think this is really funny where you get out of this and you're like, oh, I'm going to go over there, right? And you run, and you totally fall into this pit that is very easy to miss the first few times that you come through here. All right. These are the other main enemies in this particular area, which are these giant blacksmiths.
It's got a giant hammer.
And they also have the dark sign, see on their back? That's what you remember in the very beginning of the game. It showed the back of our character. Let's see. Right over here, I missed this the first time that I went through, is actually where you go to join. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to join the Sun Bros.
Go do it.
So you remember in Dark Souls 1, the Solaire?
Yeah.
Solaire is a big fan favorite. You know, Dark Souls players love Solaire. So in Dark Souls 2, they put him in even though it doesn't really make a whole shit ton of sense for him to be in. Or they didn't put him in, but they have the Covenant that he was
a part of,
representative of. Oh, ouchie. I hate those guys, man. They have such high poise. How did that guy die? Oh, he died on the backswing from the other guy.
Nice. That was lucky.
So here's the Sun Bros. We're going to go ahead and we're going to learn Praise the Sun, and we're going to enter into the Covenant with them. Basically, their Covenant, you just help other people out, and you get sunlight medals. It makes it easier for you to be summoned into other people's games. And when you summon into their game, you have a luminous golden glow rather than your normal like little white phantom glow.
Nice.
Now, I think we're still alive at this point. So I'm going to see about getting up here. Boom, 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 boom. The boss is... Oh, that was that guy. Okay, so he followed me out. The bosses in this area are really interesting, John.
Yeah?
Yep, there's one that we're coming up to in just a second, and then there's a second one that's at the end of the next area. And they are kind of a pair of star-crossed... Well, no, that's not true. They're not star-crossed lovers. The boss for this is this giant gluttonous wretch. And he was in love with the queen, but he let that love basically turn him into a glutton.
Yeah.
He started eating constantly. And we'll talk more about the other one when we get up to them. So this particular area, I mean, as long as you've kind of got your staying outside of the attack range thing down, these guys are not that big a deal. So as an interesting side note, these blacksmith guys are actually the first enemy in the game that I hunted to extinction, because what they tend to drop are Titanite shards.
Oh, okay.
Which is very useful. All right, let's see. Do I have any summons? No summons, huh? So there's actually a few places that I've just run past here. You see down below where all that poison is?
Yeah.
There's actually an Estus flask shard there, and then over there where that guy is, you can jump down there and you can get a couple of items. But just for the sake of time, I'm going to skip those. And in fact, I usually like to summon somebody else because it's just easier, but I'm not going to make people wait. And the Skeleton Lords last time, that was such a fruitless endeavor that we're just going for it. Let's do it. Covetous Demon. Roar. Kind of reminds me of a terror dog.
Or Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, no. That's the one attack that I don't want to get hit by. Okay.
Oh.
I hate this attack, John, because when you come out of it, they've taken off all of your equipment.
Do you still have it, or is it inside?
You do have it, but you have to, avoid the boss and try to put all of your equipment back on at the same time, which can be a real jerky pain in the butt when he's trying to kill you.
I can imagine.
This one, and let's see. Go down here. Need my shield. This one. Okay, where are you at? Oh no! Oh goddamn. Okay, this is we're no bueno. No bueno. Oh shit.
That is not what we wanted to happen.
That's not what we wanted to happen. Fortunately, it's really fast, as you saw, to get back to him.
Yes.
That is the one attack that he does that is a bitch. The rest of it is just nothing. It's no big deal. All right. Elite 9 armor.
So is that death number 7?
6 or 7, something like that.
There's someone keeping score, I'm sure.
Yeah. What do we have on? Ring of Binding. Not super necessary. I don't really have that many good rings at this point. We did get the Sun Ring for joining the Sunlight Covenant that makes all of our miracles stronger.
Oh.
There's actually a few miracles that you can only get by collecting medals in the Sunlight Covenant. There's a high-level lightning spear. It's like the one that I've got, but just way more powerful. Whoa.
Whoa. Flew back there.
Yeah, you should watch that shit, man. I'm getting covered in poison.
Got him.
Yeah, it's not a problem. And some Titanite shards. Yeah, as long as the covenant is, you could stay the fuck out of his mouth, which sounds gross.
Yeah.
It's fine. These little assholes, they put out poison. It's no big deal. This whole place is just covered in poison. Will become clear why a little bit later on. Oh, shit. I don't like aggroing both of these guys at the same time. This might be a little bit irritating. All right.
Okay, that's one.
Two-handed attack. Come on, bro. Come on, dude. Come on.
No, he's backing away.
Come on. Come on.
He's like, I saw you take out one of my friends, so I'm going to stand back a little bit.
There we go. And there's a third one. Yeah, the first time that you try to block that hit with the hammer, you realize that that's not what you need to be doing. You need to be dodging. All right, I think I'm going to do something a little bit different this time. I'm going to go ahead and lightning this shit up.
Oh.
Round 2, covetous demon. This time you are mine. I will not be going in your mouth. You will be going onto my stick. That none of this sounds good.
Yeah.
None of it sounds good. So there's one attack when he's like this that you have to watch out for. There's the jumping attack.
Is there a tail attack?
If you're near the tail, yeah, the tail will attack.
And then a swipe?
A swipe, yeah. But there's another one that is equally kind of irritating. He's getting ready to jump. So when you're on the side like this, you really got to be careful because when he does that, then he will roll.
Oh.
And then he has a little seizure. Watch. Oh, he's not going to do it. Sometimes when he's on his back, oh, son of a bitch. All right, my lightning is gone. That's all right. I mean, this guy is actually a really easy boss. You just have to be patient. You just don't want to get caught by any of his idiot attacks. Like, I should have just thrown one spear
Yeah.
instead of two.
But you're okay. You're good.
You should only do one attack instead of two. So like I said, as long as he manages not to grab you. Oh, fuck. Whoa, that was horse shit. I'm calling horse shit.
I was going to say, you may want to move.
Yeah. He's also very slow.
Yeah, but...
In the next area, we're going to get... Oh, no. God damn it. God fucking damn it.
I was going to say, that's he may be slow, but...
Okay. All right, John. Come on.
You can do it.
Here we go. I can't even tell where the fuck he is. Oh, he's doing that one. Okay, that's good. That's a longer range attack. Okay.
Good job.
Okay, come on. I got a few
You can do
weapons
it.
left. And I need my thingy. Throw some lightning at him, and I'm going to... Oh, shit.
Now you need to roll away as quickly as possible and heal.
Nope. Fuck, man. Damn. This guy should not be this difficult. Oh, man. All right. Here we go. This time.
We're going to do
Got
it.
him.
We're gonna do it.
Gonna do it. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. I can put my rings back on.
That's what you got to keep telling yourself.
That's right. It's, a lot of the enemies in Dark Souls, especially in Dark Souls 2, like way more in Dark Souls 2 than in Dark Souls 1. There's this gameplay loop, or not loop, but there's this pattern to them, right? Where you just want to wait for them to attack, and then you want to counterattack. But a lot of times in Dark Souls 2, there was this guy that did this review of Dark Souls 2 on YouTube, and he had this one thing that he was saying where, like, a lot of the times bosses are very easy, and the main reason that you'll end up getting hit by them is because you get bored waiting for them to attack, and you try to get 2 attacks in. And that's kind of legit, man. Like, a lot of times when you're fighting these bosses, it's just sheer, like, I want this fight to be over, right, that will lead you to try to overexert yourself. You know what? I think I'm going to try something real stupid here. Nope. Yep. Go. Oh, whew. Used to be invincible when you went through the mist, and you're not anymore. All right. I want my souls back, first of all.
Well, he did a little roll.
Let's stay the fuck out of his way. Yeah, any, like, real serious Dark Souls 2 player would be looking at this right now just going like, Jesus, Jeff, come on.
Yeah, calm down.
One of the easiest
Take your
bosses.
time. Be patient.
It's like when I couldn't fight What's-Her-Face last week. I could really use that Chloranthe ring. All right. Gonna roll. Telegraph that roll pretty well. Roll again. And roll again. And again. I still have enough stamina to not get hit. All right, here we go. Ooh, come on, John, help me out here. Help me out with a little talking.
All right, so seriously, it looks like a cross between like Jabba the Hutt and a Rancor.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's like he's got like a slithery tail like Jabba, and he kind of looks like a Rancor in the face.
Yeah, or like a mole rat.
Yeah, mole rat. Yeah, I guess that
Naked
too.
mole rat. Once I get him down by a little bit more than half, I could probably just stay away and lightning him to death.
I think you can do it. Just need to stay away from that mouth.
Wait, what the fuck? That did like no damage whatsoever. Okay, hit him once. Back off.
Back off. Yeah, you got it. Be patient, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
He's gonna come out. He's gonna come after you. He's gonna try to eat you.
Yep. Oh, what? God damn. Okay. A little juice.
A little bit of courage.
Yeah. Look, like the idea that, every time you do Estus Flask, you're just like taking a shot. Oh, it's Jaeger, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Right? Yeah. It gives you, it's the old liquid courage.
Jägermeister used to be like just something that people would eat. They would like drink it after.
Watch out.
Yep. Drink it after giant meals to aid in digestion.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh, good job.
Ooh, okay.
See, folks,
Seriously.
if you're patient, you take your time with it, everything works out.
Yep.
That's all we're saying.
Let's go ahead and light the fire. Now, you should take a look, as always, at our covetous demon soul that we got. Eating is an expression of desire. There once was a man whose deep affections were unrequited. He transformed into the covetous demon, which only made him lonelier than before. Aw.
Once a man.
That's right.
Once a man.
Yes, exactly. I think that's the second time this week in a recording that we've had a once a man reference. And I made the last one, and I didn't even tell John to do that.
No,
All right.
I'm a G.I. Joe and Transformer cartoon fan, so.
Are you excited next week about the new Transformers game coming out?
No.
Are you a fan of the Transformers games at all?
I like War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how. Like, in all honesty, I don't know a whole lot about the new game that's coming out.
Okay.
I want to play it, but I'm not like super like I need to play this. This is my jam or anything like that.
Right.
Because apparently it's like taking.
You're not Matt Frank. That's what you're saying.
There was a time when I would have been that excited for Transformers.
All right. Let's get
but
some
I think the
grades.
movies have. While I like the movies on some level, they're still
have a
not
shard?
great.
Okay, I don't have a shard. All right, here we go. We got another 30,000 souls. So I'm going to put another 5 into that. I'm going to put 1 in there. Put a few into... put 1 there. I'm going to pull that down and do a little bit of endurance. All right. It's easy to spend a hell of a lot of souls in this game.
Yes, it is. I will say I am jealous of Matt Frank right now.
Why is that?
He's at BotCon right now, which is the annual Transformers convention.
Yeah?
I used to go to BotCon all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah, went 3 years in a row, and
Shit.
then I kind of had to stop because I couldn't afford it anymore.
Yeah, I hear that. So now we are at Earthen Peak. That was pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
For an area. Earthen Peak is like where all of that ore that they were harvesting is processed, essentially.
That guy got no head.
That is a mannequin. Yes, he does not have a head. Mannequins were created by the boss of this area, who we'll get to eventually. Oh, come on. Listen. I'm not going over there, motherfucker. You come over here.
Is there a reason you're not going over there?
Yeah, because
Okay.
there's one of those big-ass dudes right behind that giant pot.
Oh.
See? I don't want to aggro him. I mean, he'll do that because he's dumb.
Hit him.
So, John, you played a little bit before we started, right?
Yeah, I did play a little bit of this, and I've been trying to play through some of Dark Souls 1 unsuccessfully. I've died a lot.
Yeah. What's your overall impression so far?
I will say my biggest hurdle for Dark Souls, 1 or 2, is the controller.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I'm not used to where they have the buttons. Like in this style of game, I'm used to the buttons being in other places, so I find myself hitting X to attack, and suddenly I don't have suddenly I'm using up my Estus flasks.
Right.
Or whatever item I have set up there instead of actually attacking like I want to do, which is where most of my issues come from.
Now,
Also, I'm not very patient with video games.
This is actually really interesting, this guy.
Yeah?
This is
Well, he's not attacking.
Well, he will. He's just trying. He's outside of his zone where he's supposed to be, so he's kind of trying to path back to where he started from, but he's not sure about like getting fucked. Oh no, you don't. No, you don't get to Estus Flask.
Oh, I didn't even know that enemies could do that.
In fact, in Dark Souls, well, they don't do it as much in Dark Souls 2, but in Dark Souls 1, there was an item called Lloyd's Talisman that you could actually hit enemies with to stop them from healing themselves.
That guy just kind of popped out of nowhere. Oh,
Yeah.
they're jumping up from above.
Yeah, but you feel stupid now, huh? These guys are very fast, and they have poison.
Jesus,
and
that
bleed.
guy.
Yeah, and be careful with them. Yes, there's actually there are some enemies that will use SS Blast, but those guys are interesting because they're grave wardens, and they actually belong in this underground area, this underground crypt.
Yeah.
And it's not entirely clear, at least to me. I mean, if anybody in the comments can tell me, I'd be interested to know why they're here, why they're in this particular area, because they don't belong here. They belong underground in the giant crypt in the game. Oh, there you go. Not in this ore processing place.
Yeah.
It's possible that the boss might have brought some in here, that there might be a part of the story that I'm missing, but generally speaking, they're like protectors of the royal crypt.
Yeah.
Now, as always, we can take a look and we can actually see. We got some mannequin boots there, or here we got some mannequin gloves as well. The peculiar art of puppetry is a vestige of the two lost lands. A queen breathed life into these dolls with the very miasma that afflicted her poison-drenched bosom so that she would have slaves to serve her temperamental will.
Bosom.
Bosom. You said bosom. Dude, come on. Come on, dude. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. You do not... See, that's another thing I don't necessarily like a whole hell of a lot about Dark Souls 2 is...
Yeah.
See how much that guy was just like rotating in place? That's kind of bullshit. At least compared to Dark Souls 1. Actually, you know what? Is this the first one that we've done since... oh, no. Bloodborne was announced last time.
Yeah.
Cannot wait for Bloodborne, John.
I understand. Bloodborne looks good. Like, I even... Like, I have a feeling it's going to be, much more of what you love about these games.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping
Come on, dude. I'm not even blocking right now.
I am hoping. It looks beautiful. I'll be the first to admit it. Bloodborne graphically, it looks amazing. But I'm hoping that I don't know. I'm hoping that the controls or whatever grab me a little bit more better.
So you know that part of Miyazaki's design philosophy in these games is that when he was a kid, he used to read. Do you know this information?
No.
He used to read fantasy novels.
Okay.
But he didn't speak English, and so he couldn't understand everything that he was reading. So his idea of storytelling is a lot of this like there are pieces of the storytelling that are a mystery because he liked to then make up the parts that he couldn't understand in the story. So part of the discovery aspect of these games comes from that experience that he had of reading a story but not knowing everything about that story.
Huh.
That's what contributes to a lot of the way that the lore rolls out in his games is by putting it into the environment in ways where you have to seek it out instead of just shoving it into your face, which I always found to be really interesting.
That actually is very interesting.
Mm-hmm. And in a lot of cases, like in Dark Souls 1, there are mysteries that you can solve by paying a real close attention to your environment. In Dark Souls 2, there's things that are a little bit more arbitrary. Like in this particular area where the boss fight is, there is poison. There's actually poison all over this place.
Yeah.
And there's a way to get rid of this poison. But it doesn't make a lot of sense. So the poison is being put into this place by this windmill, and you can set what looks like a giant metal or stone thing on fire, which stops that from happening and eliminates the poison from a lot of this particular area.
Huh.
That doesn't make too much sense, does it, John?
No, I mean, it on some level, it kind of does.
Yeah.
I guess.
Not really. It's okay. You just say it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, like it's turning, so it's like it's like bringing wind in. So if there's poison in the air and it's like funneling it into a certain area, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, when I first played this game, I didn't. The way that puzzle was solved for me was not me looking at the environment and going like, "Oh, I must have to burn this windmill." It was because somebody wrote on the ground, "Try torch," and so I did.
Oh, okay.
Now, I think this is the right way. We're going to take a little detour. We actually have a pretty straight shot at the boss in this level, but we now have 5 Estus flasks,
yes.
right? So you remember when I started the game how much I was using the healing magic? That's not really super necessary anymore because we have ways around that. God damn it. So in this particular level, there is another lightning spear. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a little detour and grab that so that we have 20 lightning spears instead of 10, because that, at this point in the game, is more useful to us than having the heals. Especially you consider that in the when you get into bosses, that heals are relatively useless.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try not to die while I do this. There we go.
Nicely done.
This is the third type of enemy that you'll find in Earthen Peak, which are the desert sorceresses, who are pyromancers with a little fan, and they're totally wearing like bikini tops and then like magicka hoods, so you can't see their faces. And they're interesting because when you fight them, they'll do a little thing where they use their fan to hit you. And it looks like a very weak attack, but when it hits you, it just kicks the shit out of you. And look, it's our friend Pate.
Hey.
What are you doing here, buddy?
This way, but I have a bad feeling about. I don't quite have the guts myself.
So,
Isn't that the dude who's like an asshole?
well, that's what last time. Remember, we met the guy
Yeah.
who said that Pate trapped him. That they were supposed to go treasure hunting together or something, and that Pate trapped him. So, before the game is over, we will have to make a little bit of a decision when it comes to that conflict.
All right.
And here is our other lightning spear. Whoop. All right, now we're all set up. How much? What time are we at over there? So we're just about ready to go hit our boss. 31. Okay, well that's about our normal, about a 45-minute style video.
Yeah.
Okay. For me to make sure that when I do this,
Do you actually land correctly?
I land and I don't die.
Uh,
Is this okay? You notice how there's like a delay when he opens the box.
yes.
It's not often, but there are some boxes in this game that are mimics. So you know them, right? They
Yeah.
look like treasure chests, but they're actually the treasure chest is the mouth of a monster.
Yeah.
So there's this horrifying moment when you've forgotten to check, and he opens that up just a little bit, and then you see that there are teeth inside instead of treasure, and then you're like, "Fuck!" because then the mimic kills you.
Oh, that sucks.
Come on, dude. All right.
Get him.
It's funny. This particular area actually has a third bonfire
Yeah.
that's very near to the boss. It's like right above where the boss is. That I didn't know was there. It was behind a secret door. But the fact that they put you in this one, like it's almost less work just to come at the boss from this bonfire than it is to actually go and get that bonfire, because you have to fight a red phantom in order to get to the area where you can open it up. And I spent so much time running to this boss that I'm actually pretty adept at just doing it this way instead of shortcutting it.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go see that boss. One more boss. We got a 2-boss video this week,
Nice.
which I hope, pretty sure she's going to be a pushover.
Well, I mean, how bad could she be? Really? It's Dark Souls.
Incredibly horrible is the answer to that question. I'll waste a couple of bolts on these two because they're standing next to poison. So you hit them and then they die of poison, essentially. But these desert sorcerers, they actually drop a very, very useful item called the Wilted Dusk Herb, which is one of a couple of different items in the game that is able to refill your magic charges without having to go back to a bonfire.
Almost got him.
Yeah, he's not a big deal.
There you go.
I'm going to even backstab him just to add a little insult to injury. Oh, shit.
What?
God damn it.
What'd you just do?
I didn't equip my new lightning bolts before we came up here. You know what? I'm gonna go up to the second bonfire, and one of two things will happen. I will either die, and go back to the. See, and then watch her. See that? That last hit. If that hits you, it just explodes into flames. Ooh. Like it just messes you up. Yeah, so one of two things is going to happen here. Either I'm going to get killed by this red phantom, or I'm going to get up there to the bonfire. Come on, buddy.
Yes, one of those two things could happen.
There you are. Why don't you come down here and fight me where there's a little bit of room? Huh? You wanna? You wanna? Come on. Bet you eat a little lightning bolt on the way, huh? What happened? You got lightning bolt in your face.
Take him out.
He's got one of the sickles that those giants have.
Yeah.
And it does not... See, it's going right through my shield, actually. Uh-oh.
You almost got him. Almost got him.
Hey-oh. Okay.
He dead.
He's dead. So what's weird is that they put this other bonfire. You saw how short of a run it was from the previous bonfire to the boss. They put another bonfire up here. But when I go back down, it's like those desert sorceresses will have respawned. And there's there's 3 grave lords down there that will have respawned. So in some cases, it's almost like, why even bother with this bonfire?
Petrified something?
Petrified something. Yep. That is... You know how we got the smooth and silky stones?
Yeah.
We can give smooth and silky. Petrified somethings you can give that to silky and smooth, and they will give you better equipment than the other stuff. So, all right, let's put this over to lightning bolt, and let's go kill us a boss. If I had my fall control, can I get through? I don't know if I can fight 2 grave lords at the same time. Maybe we can get just one of them to come down here.
Oh no, I think you got them both.
I'll waste a couple of bolts on them, on one of them. Oh, shit. No. Oh, you sack of crap. Get over here. Ooh, I'm going to heal myself.
And you're going to die. And that guy is going to end up just like his best friend.
Yep. What, Lou and Jim Gravelords? See, also the fact that this guy's got a... the fact that their weapons are shining is they've got magic-imbued weapons, which means that when I block, I still manage to take a little bit of damage from them.
Yeah.
All right, then we got one more thing before we go in. We're going to go ahead and bring a little bit of help. Whether there's any people in here. Let's see if there's any people. I don't see any summon signs. But we do have Jester Thomas,
All right, summoning a phantom.
the owner of Wendy's.
Jester, that's Dave Thomas.
No, it's not. It's totally not, John.
Okay.
Jester Thomas is cool. He wears this Jester outfit, and he's like a double pyromancer. He's got 2 pyromancer flames.
Nice.
So in this boss fight, he will get the attention of this boss, regardless of whether you do. Which is good, because the last thing that I really want to do is mess with this boss up close. Mithra, the baneful queen, and her dumb I don't have a head.
She looks like a
She's a Naga.
Medusa.
Yeah.
Naga.
Mm-hmm. So see, Jester there, she was not going to dig him.
Yeah.
So that means I'm going to sit back here and throw electro bolts at her.
She just threw her head at him.
Yep, and then it screams and it does a big AoE attack. It's one of the few things that could totally kill Jester Thomas, because as you can see, Jester Thomas has been specking in pyromancy, so his attacks are like way better than mine.
This is true, but that's okay.
He's on my side. And there you go. Super simple. I'm going to praise the sun. Boop, doop, 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 doop. Yes, thank you. Boop. Praise the sun. Whee! Even though I didn't have any sun bros with me. So, before we leave, we could take a look at Mithra.
What's her little thing say?
Let's take a look. The queen sought the king's affection, even poisoning herself to attain beauty, despite the monstrous consequences, all for the compelling madness known as love. So, Mithra was in love with the Iron King, but he did not love her back, and she was known for her terrible beauty. And so in order to try to make herself even more beautiful, she poisoned herself, which is where all the poison of Earth and Peak comes from. She's also the ruler of this realm, and she made all the mannequins, but she eventually got jealous of their stares, and so she ripped all their heads off, and that's why they don't have heads anymore.
That's really dark and twisted.
Yep. All right. Now, so we are ostensibly at the top of Earth and Peak, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You remember Earth and Peak from the outside?
Yeah.
You remember how it went up to the top?
Yeah.
And how at the top then it stopped?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm going to get on this elevator.
Okay.
And I'm going to go up. From Earth and Peak, I am going up. Where should I be when I go up to the top of this elevator?
The top of the building?
Like on top of that giant building that we were looking at, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just makes sense to me. So let's see what happens. I already know the answer, John.
I figured you did.
Yeah. This is one of those things where you would go to Dark Side and go, huh. All right. All right, well, stone walls, right? Maybe this is just like a parapet or something, and then we can
Yeah.
go up a thing and we'll be on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here.
Wait, what?
Lava on the ground and the Iron Keep.
How did we get here?
That is an excellent question, my friend, but it's one that we will have to save until next week, because we are now at the Iron Keep, and this is the place that we've been kind of heading towards. The boss of this area is the Old Iron King, but we're really here to pick up the upgrade ember so that we can make all of our weapons into lightning weapons, so that
Cool.
they stack with our faith damage and everything hits a lot harder.
I think I may have figured it out, Jeff.
Tell me.
It's magic.
It's magic. Oh, that's crazy. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here, but we will see y'all next week. And please, once again, make sure to go into the comments and just let us know whether y'all are enjoying this or not. Because
just
if you're
a simple thumbs up or thumbs down on the YouTube video.
I don't need
tell
you.
us all we need to know.
That's right. I don't need you to say why or suggest a change or suggest a different game or any of that stuff, because we can get all it. We can, we're professionals. We can figure that shit out. But what I do need to know is if you guys are feeling like you're getting your money's worth out of this set of videos. Because if you're not, then I will totally stop doing them if, more than 30% of y'all feel that way. Because, it's clear. I don't need to go through that whole thing again. So I hope y'all have enjoyed that. This is a kind of a double feature this week of areas. Next week we'll be delving a little bit into the Iron Keep and then probably heading out and trying to do the things that we were supposed to be doing this entire time and have been ignoring.
That I will get to, yes.
No, not even that. This isn't where we're supposed to be.
Oh.
We're supposed to, you remember when we went to the Lost Bastille?
Yeah.
We were supposed to be doing that.
Oh.
We weren't supposed to be going through Huntsman's Copse and all these places. We were supposed to be in a whole other set of areas. So, yep. We're going to cut it off here, but we'll see y'all next week, patrons. As always, thank you, and we'll see you.
Later.